Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to my fashion bunker. Today I will review a Chanel perfume for you guys. You have asked me to come back to perfume reviews and I am modifying the format in which I will be doing it, but just for now, since I have received a special Les Explosives perfume some time ago and I've been using it like crazy because I'm in love with it, I have to talk about it. 1932. Chanel 1932 Eau de Toilette, and this one in particular is a 200 milliliter spray. No, the existing formats of this one as of today, January 2016, 200 ml spray. There is a 75 milliliter spray version. I'm just showing you my Gardenia spray just for the sake of comparing the two bottle sizes. So this is more kind of a travel size. And it also exists in pure perfume, 15 ml splash, again comparing the size of the two bottles, that's how they look like. This is a Cuir de Russie bottle. If you're interested in seeing my Cuir de Russie review, you could check it out in the card section up above. Cuir de Russie is an amazing perfume too. This one also, the 1932 also exists as a 4 milliliter splash sample, of which basically sales are prohibited or forbidden, for which sales are prohibited or forbidden, as well as the 2 milliliter spray version of this perfume also as a sample. That's supposed to be free or is given to you free at Chanel counters, but of course it's sold for quite a bit of money online. Not by Chanel, mind you, by secondhand stores and stuff like that. Now, number 1932 is created by Jacques Polge. It's one of the last perfumes for Chanel created by Jacques Polge before his retirement. His son Olivier Polge took over Chanel perfumes, and 1932 is inspired by the 1932 Celestial collection of diamonds and jewelry. I guess the first haute joaillerie, or whatever you want to call it, high jewelry collection that Chanel did back in 1932. So it's supposed to resemble the sparkle of diamonds in a way. It's supposed to resemble not so much the 30s, but rather the opulence and luxury of something so artificially hyped as are diamonds. Because as we know, diamonds are artificially hyped. There is an abundance. I mean, they are present in abundance on this planet. They are just treated as something crazily expensive, and promotion and marketing have made out of diamonds, especially I think before the Second World War and post Second World War. They have been made into a thing you have to give and gift to your loved one, to your fiancé before getting married, and so on and so forth. So if you don't give, the bigger the diamond, the more love you exchange with your loved one, or the more love you feel for that person, or the more proof of love you feel for that. I mean, it's crazy. It's all obscene and absurd. Diamonds perhaps are a girl's best friend in Marilyn's song. In my personal opinion, there is no need to dedicate a perfume to diamonds. But, however, 1932 does not bear the name Diamonds, like Elizabeth Taylor's Diamonds. I mean, Elizabeth Taylor calling her perfume White Diamonds makes sense. The woman was obsessed with them. But Chanel is not it's not a story about an obsession about diamonds. 1932, however, is a number, and Chanel was obsessed with numbers. I do not know the mythology behind the reasons why she presented her diamond collection jewelry in 1932. Was there some mystical, esoteric reason for that? I can't give you the answer to that, guys, but I do know that Jacques Polge kind of followed that tradition of numerology within Chanel mythology. He called this perfume 1932 rather than Diamonds. Also because diamonds would have been a tacky title for a Chanel perfume. However, this is a subdued reason for a name because 1932 does not evoke diamonds right away. You have to know your history in order to understand what 1932 stands for within Chanel mythology or within the Chanel vocabulary and history. So that is very peculiar. And in a way, it annoys me because it's kind of a very snobby way to say this is about diamonds, but we're not going to say diamonds because it's supposed to be all about luxury that's not so much in your face. So the pure title of it really annoyed me. I did, however, change my mind once I have tried this perfume several times. The title that says it all about this fake modesty of luxury translates into the perfume itself. So let's spray it on. Right off the bat, aldehydes. Aldehydes, sparkly, sparkly aldehydes, like the sparkle of a diamond. Okay, that's interesting, makes sense. Then we got bergamot and we got neroli. Middle notes, lilac, carnation, ylang ylang, rose, jasmine. Base notes, incense, coumarin, sandalwood, vanilla, opoponax, ambrette or musk mallow, orris root, musk, and vetiver. Now, most of these ingredients cannot be used in their natural forms because of the IFRA regulations for perfumery. So, but whatever, this one hasn't been reformulated since it did hit, let's say, international retail in 2013, although it was already available prior to that. And again, we have this snobby exclusivity. It was available to only some exclusive customers. It was given also away to customers that are already Chanel customers of high-end jewelry pieces and so on and so forth. You can, imagine how it went. And then for the rest of us mortals, it has been given for sale around 2013. So one would think finally when the rest of us, in Italian we would say plebe, were allowed to purchase this little thing, we would all just fall in love with it. Well, that wasn't the case in my case, because right off the bat, the perfume is soapy, very detergenty, and aldehyde. And not Heidi, the girl from the mountains, but I mean aldehydes. Now, this meant that I have hated this perfume since 2013 till a couple of months ago. Now I love it. What had happened? Well, I found it online, secondhand website. Somebody tried it, didn't like it, and was giving it away for like nothing. And I thought to myself, well, why not just try it out? Let's see what happens. So I got it for literally very cheap, and it arrived, and I looked at it, I opened it, and I was like, are we gonna be friends or enemies? What's gonna happen here? And I tried it on, and I layered it with itself. I did 1, 2, after half an hour again, 1, 2. I wanted the full bomb of everything, the whole bouquet, I really wanted to sense it. I wanted to go deep into my skin and mix very well with my chemistry, and then come out again at me and deliver whatever it has to deliver. And it did deliver. I love the dry down. The dry down of this perfume is reminiscent of Chanel No. 5 Pure Perfume Dry Down. However, slightly less heavy. Now, the Pure Perfume of Chanel No. 5, check out the review in the cart section up above of my Chanel No. 5 perfume review, the entire range if you haven't yet. Chanel No. 5 is, the Pure Perfume is majestic in the dry down. It just, I don't know, to me personally creates a sort of fatal attraction. I just keep smelling myself. It's ridiculous. It's embarrassing to a degree where I can't put it on my wrists if I go out. Otherwise I'll be doing this all the time, the whole day. That's the Pure Chanel 5 perfume to me. This one has a similar effect, except it's less deep. It stays a bit more shallow. Like, the love of diamonds is a pretty shallow kind of obsession people might have. And it stays shallow that way. But nevertheless, I have the feeling they have used those plantations that they have, those ginormous south of France grass flowers that they cultivate there just for Chanel. It's like they also used it in here. That's the quality of the juice on the hand. And as time passes, the aldehydes mellow away, and that whole citrusy top, which is really annoying, mellows away. There is vanilla in the dry down, so they say in the ingredient collection section, but they're not there. Why did I say in plural, vanillas? because there's a vanilla and a vanilla. In some perfumes, vanilla is can be really sweet and cheap and disgusting, and I really don't like vanilla in perfumes, especially the dry downs, and they always put them in the dry downs. And then there's vanillas that are more sophisticated, that feel like they're used not just to kind of round up some bitter chemical bullshit that's cheaply put into a perfume, but they're there for a real reason. I have the feeling vanilla is here for a real reason. In fact, the good vanilla is the vanilla you don't sense, you don't smell up. The good makeup is the makeup you don't see. You know what I mean? So vanilla to me is like makeup in a perfume. Here I don't sense the vanilla. That's really good. 1932 is this double game about showing off your richness and your diamonds and at the same time not calling it that way. I can't like it. I can't like that their game. I can't like what they're playing with here, Chanel. I mean, what you're playing with here, Chanel. It's you should have been more honest about it, or you should have given, I don't know. I think the whole diamond and jewelry part of Chanel is something I can't really fall in love with. Despite the fact that this is an amazing perfume. You know, Chanel to me is more of a rebel kind of thing. Yeah, okay, the woman also wanted money. So what? She lived in a capitalist world and she wanted to earn the money. Good for her. But what I like about her was the witty joke. You know, selling fake pearls for the price of real pearls. Or right now in 2016, her fake pearls cost more than real pearls. Go figure. You know, I like that she sells glass stones for the price of real, you know, minerals or half precious stones. I think that's amazing. That's the Chanel I love. I love that game. I love the joke. And I love the bittersweet taste of that joke. But then you just put Chanel on a real diamond. All of a sudden I lose interest. Maybe it's just me. Call me freaking crazy. But that's what I feel. I don't desire, you know, a Chanel jewel. I want the fake stuff. The original Chanel that made fun of the original jewelry or jewels and aristocracy in a way, and transformed it into a playful game. Because let's not forget, people, she came out of the gutter. Chanel came out of the gutter. She was poor. She had no family. She had, you know, her mother died really young. She was raised practically by her aunt, who was kind of her age. And I mean, she spent her youth also in Aubazine, in the orphanage with the nuns. I mean, for all you snobs out there who still don't get it, you know, you can come from rich environments, rich backgrounds, you could fall in love with rich YouTubers that show off their rich lifestyle, and you think that's what you should follow and watch and look because that's amazing. You're so wrong. The reality is a lot of amazing things, as is Chanel, came from poverty, came from dirt, came from people being sick on tuberculosis, being sick of, you know, sexually transmitted diseases. Hookers back in the day were dying on a regular basis, daily, hourly, on diseases, very heavy diseases. Syphilis being one of them. We are talking about an era of the gutter, you know, and from that gutter and that dirt and that filth, a young lady was raised and managed to create an empire, which is already almost impossible for a woman on her own back in the day. Already today it's hard for women, still, unfortunately. But back in the 1800s, 1900s, and then, you know, till she made it, practically impossible. And she made it. And she got all your respect. So, this to me is a joke. It smells divinely, but the concept behind it is a joke. Chanel should not create haute couture jewelry. Let that shit be done by Cartier. I love Cartier, but Cartier is what it is. Chanel is more of in your face, I'll smile at you, I'll be so polite, but I'll double the price on a piece of fake jewelry if I know that you're an aristocrat. You know, that's what she used to do. Think about it, people. There's that wit. And I'm missing the wit in the title, in the name of this perfume, and especially making it available first to first-class customers and then for purchase to the rest of us. Given away for free to the first-class customers and then available for the rest of us for purchase. You know? I'm more into this type of stuff. This tacky metal Chanel, you know, like fake gold stuff. That's real Chanel to me. Cuir de Russie is real Chanel to me because Russian leather, yes, we have a lot of perfumes called Russian leather, but her Russian leather was a particular type of Russian leather, androgynous, you know, made in the 20s, around 1926 or 25. Also, you know, playing with the fact that the Russian aristocracy at the time was escaping from Russia and arriving to Paris. She played with those concepts and notions of female, male, of rich and poor. Russian leather is a smoky perfume. There's slutty cheapness in there, and there's also extreme elegance in there. This is a perfume that makes me think. It gives me the depth and the weight of an era and of a woman that had to play all the fucking cards she had, you know, at her disposal to win. This here is an homage to nothing. This here is it's like, you know, rendering an homage to oneself. You know, it's manneristic to a full degree. And that's why total flop for a name and a concept of a perfume, 1932. But let's forget the name. Let's forget the concept and just smell what it is. It's soft, it's amazing, it's incredible, it's luxurious. There's a slight hint of cheapness in there as well, which I adore. A slut is always something mesmerizing to me. And mind you, there's a big difference between a slut and a whore. I'm talking about a slut here. This perfume has something slutty in it, which I love. The only downside, what's wrong with my nose? The only downside is longevity. It does not last not even a full hour and a half on my skin. And I have to spray it and spray it and spray it on to keep it going. And in fact, I'm using it up like water. It's incredible how weak whatever it is that's in here is. It just does not stay. I do not know if this has to do with the rigid regulations that the IFRA or whatever it's called is putting onto as a burden onto these perfume producers, but that's also not true because there are so many perfumes out there still today, given the formulations that they have today, that last for days. So you can't come at me telling me that there are reasons other than Chanel's perfumer choices to why these perfumes are not so long-lasting. 1932 is one of the weakest lasting perfumes out there, but maybe that's part of its luxury, because I do not mind respraying it on me. I just don't want to take a heavy 200 milliliter bottle with me while I'm out and about in town. You know what I mean? It makes no sense. So if you do spray this perfume on and you go out of the house after 2 hours tops, it's gone. You don't smell anything on yourself anymore, and neither do other people smell anything on you anymore. So it's a big investment to make for something that you can actually only enjoy in the pleasures of your own home, because you can kind of respray it while you're on the sofa. After 2 hours, you spray it again. You just playfully have it surrounding you, you know, as a perfume. It's amazing. The smell of it is amazing. It just doesn't last. I think this has been one of the most controversial reviews I have done to date, because there's so much love and so much hate that I have towards this perfume. Well, not so much hate. I don't hate anything, but there's just so much lack of will to accept how Chanel is selling me this concept. I do not accept it. But at the same time, I adore the juice in it. But at the same time, I think longevity is horrible. Projection, I mean, also, you know, it doesn't really project much either. You got to really like sink your nose into a person to smell them. But then again, who do you want to sink your nose into? Only the people you love and you want to really come close to. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this review. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Leave me comments in the comment section down below. Don't forget to share this video and subscribe to my channel if you wish to see more. And don't ever give up on love. And yes, I shall see you soon. Love you. Bye. Mwah. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed my video, and if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check out some of my other videos. I'm also on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. So come on over guys and join the fun.